I wanted to record a haul of books that I've gotten so far in 2026 because I thought it'd be really fun, and I am someone who loves to read books and collect them. So I'll start with the ones that my sister bought for me. First is Religion and Women in India. So all of these are more academic books, the one that she got for me. So this is the first. I've read a bit of it, it's incredible. Second is The Sociology of Religion, a historical review. And then the third is Women in Dharma Shastras, a phenomenological and critical analysis. Then I went to the book fair, the World Book Fair that happens in Delhi in January. Now it is an annual tradition that me and my mom go. Well, I go, she comes with me. So if you have been there, you must know that it's not just publishing houses that put up stalls there, but also countries. And I got books from 2 different country stalls. So the first was from Nepal. This is a short history of Nepal from ancient to modern times. And then one that I haven't started, but I'm really looking forward to. And it is Other Death. And this is from the Hungary stall. So Other Death is set in 1990s Budapest. And it is about a professor who, in his 40s, I think, who is going through a psychological and existential breakdown. And I don't think we ever get the narrator's name or any, like, you know, an unreliable, unnamed narrator sort of a vibe. And it's during the regime change, so I'm excited to sink my teeth into this. I think it'll be incredible. Then we found a very cheap publication for classics. Sadly, I already had most of the classics. My mom got a few and I got 4. So this is BK Classics. I got The Myth of Sisyphus by Albert Camus. I love Camus. Then The Little Prince. I haven't opened this, but I have never read it, and I'm really excited to because I know that it's incredible. Then The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. I do love children's books. I do think that they have something very significant and something worth reading. I love children's books. And then lastly, I got The Merry Adventures of Robin Hood. So these were like really cheap, like 100 to 200 range. So I really liked all of them. Yeah, this is $199, $299, $149. So I do like this price range. I think it's quite accessible, especially for classics. Then we went to this one publication house that was giving, I think, 3 or 4 paperbacks for 200. So I got 2-3 for my friend, and the one that I picked up for myself was this. I already have the first volume. Then I got these 2 hardbacks for 250 rupees each. I think it's because they're secondhand. It's The White Tiger, of course, the winner of Man Booker Prize in 2008. And then I got Jane Austen's World, the life and times of England's most popular author. So these are both. This is like a coffee table book, but I am excited to sort of read it. Yeah, 250 each. Incredible. While talking of secondhand books, I also got this Encyclopedia of Dinosaurs. It is gold edged, and this is also fairly cheap. I forget how much. It's nice. The most expensive book that I got in the book fair was Moriarty the Patriot first edition. So I do collect some manga, and Moriarty the Patriot is one of them. It's just a little hard to get, and usually it's quite expensive. This was like 700, so this is the most expensive book I got. It was like a whole anime and manga store, and it was incredible. Everything was so expensive. I wanted everything, and I could afford nothing. So for a description of what this is about, it's a manga and it's also an anime, and it's a retelling of Sherlock Holmes, but from his nemesis perspective. And he's like a Marxist, communist, eat the rich baddie, and it is incredible. It is also homoerotic, and I highly recommend it. Lastly, I got 2 more books. These were from like a Indian publication only, and really like all academic books. So I ended up picking 2. It was a hard time, and some of them were very expensive, but I ended up picking Essays in Critical Sociology and The Origin of Untouchability. Both are topics that do interest me, and I think I will enjoy reading them. I have started the Untouchability one, and so far it seems good. I have been on 2 trips this year. Well, one of them was for an interview, so it wasn't really a trip, but I did go to Bangalore, and I try to get like one book from wherever I go, like to commemorate it. I got this Hans Christian Andersen Selected Fairy Tales. I loved his tales as a kid. I have been to his hometown, Odense in Denmark, and I just thought it'd be nice. I even wrote the date here, so I can remember where I got it from. 9th May, Bangalore. Very nice. March, I went to Pondicherry with my mother, and it was beautiful. So I ended up getting a lot of books from there. I wasn't going to, but I did. So the first is Short Stories from Pondicherry, self-explanatory. Then if you know anything about Pondicherry, or if you're familiar with the culture, you will know that Sir Aurobindo and the whole Maitri Mandir thing is really prominent there. I I'm not keen on the whole spiritual aspect of it because it looked a bit like a cult to me. Sorry, but it did. However, of course, Sir Aurobindo is not just known for that. That's not even his direct philosophy. So I do like his political work. So I did get The Renaissance in India and other essays on Indian culture. Then Tales of Prison Life. I have read Why I Am an Atheist by Bhagat Singh, and I do like the aspect of where he's describing his time in prison. So I did think that I would enjoy this too. So this is the Tales of Prison Life. And I also got Introduction to the Gita by Sir Aurobindo, Shri Aurobindo. Then, purely on chance, when me and my mom were just walking, so we were staying in White Town, we came across like this garage sale of books. Like it was a whole garage filled with books. And I was like, we must go in. And they were all cheap. They were all on discount. And they said that they would parcel them back to Delhi. So I was like, sure, let's get them, Mama. And Mom said, sure, let's get them. So the first one I got, this is still packed. Werewolves and Shapeshifters, Encounters with the Beast. This is an anthology of werewolves and shapeshifters. These are all heavily discounted, by the way. Like they were all less than 500. Most of them were like 100, 200. So this Orient Isle, Elizabethan England and the Islamic World. I am extremely excited to read this. I haven't started yet, but I will. Sci-fi, it's called Prophet. I do not know what this is about. Like I do know, but I haven't read it yet. Then one book that I have started reading, and I got it because it looked really interesting, and that's The Medusa Frequency. I got a middle grade book because I do enjoy middle grade books, and that is The Ship of Shadows. Again, I've read a bit of it. It's so cute, look. Very cute. Pirates, girls, shadows, freedom. I love all of that. Then I got this honestly quite hilarious. So me and one of my best friends, we love nonsense isekais. Brain rot nonsense isekais is where I thrive. And this one is called As a Reincarnated Aristocrat, I'll Use My Appraisal Skill to Rise in the World. Beautiful. Then, oh, this I'm reading right now. Incredible. Ice Civils, A Story of Glaciers, Wilderness and Humanity by Jenna Wadham. And I think the channel name is Emmy, the girl's name is Emma, on YouTube, on BookTube. And she is really into winter and glaciers and ice as a whole in terms of like literary themes, or just as a whole. Like she reads a lot of books about it, and I guess I was just inspired. I also want to know more about glaciers. I do. So I have started this, although I'm not very far. I'm just like a couple of pages in. This one I just got because I thought it looked funny and trashy, and that is The No Family. It's supposed to be like a K-drama-esque book. I don't watch K-dramas, so I don't know why I was like, yeah, this is what I need to get, but it looks incredible. It looks so fun. So I got it. I'm going to rush now because I'm running out of storage, time and light. So I got 3 sci-fi collections from Om Bookstores. They were originally 1,056, but I got them 295 each. So I got The Question Mark. I got Nature's Warning. These are like eco science fiction, and Shoot at the Moon. From Om Bookstores, I also got Why I Am an Atheist and Other Writings by Bhagat Singh. He is way more erudite than I would have originally thought, and I do think that especially now with the political climate, reading his work is interesting, whether you believe in his particular philosophy, because he was significantly communist leaning. He was straight up a communist. Whether you agree with it or not, I do think that the approach he had was, first of all, very telling of his age, because he was so young. He was so fixated on what he believed was correct, and he was so rigid towards it. But I also think that he was very clear with what he believed, and he had a logical, sound reasoning for it. So incredible. I think it's a must read for all Indians. Then I got Navsari Tales, Bittersweet Fables from an Ancient Parsi Town. It is really descriptive. I love the way the author is describing the streets and the food and the people. I'm not that far in, but I was reading this while it was raining, and it was incredibly atmospheric, and I do love a good atmospheric book, so I like it so far. Then I have something that I would recommend everyone read, and that is Dalit Kitchens of Marathwada. And I think this highlights, in a very domestic setting, how much the media as a whole overlooks Dalit narratives and their lives, and how excluded this whole community is. A bunch of communities are in India from every narrative, and I think anyone who wants to be even a little bit caste conscious and class conscious should probably read things written by Dalit authors describing their own lives. So I highly recommend this. Now with a bit of a sharp turn, I'm gonna show you some Danme books that I got. So the first one, I read this originally in 2024 and I read it as a web novel for like 2 days straight. I loved it. And it is Mistakenly Saving the Villain. I've been saving money for the special edition, which I got, by the way. I'll put a picture of everything that came with it. Funny story about this one, it arrived on the day when I gave my GATE exam and came back. So like, I think I left my soul in that exam and then I came back and then I got it back because this had arrived and I'd been waiting for this for months. So this is kind of dark. I would recommend reading the content labels before you read this, but I really enjoyed it. But then again, Danme is not really a guilty pleasure. I just like Danme. These ones are pirated, but oops. I got 1000 Autumns. So I think this is more political. I have just started reading the first one, so I do not know. I just got these. So these are political and intrigue. I think these are enemies to lovers. I'll put it up there if they're not. Then I got 3 books recently in July itself. Raja Gopalachari ka Ramayan. His Mahabharata is well known, but I wanted to read the Ramayan because I recently went to go rewatch Hamare Ram. So I guess I was just in a Ramayan sort of mood. Hamare Ram is, by the way, an incredible theater show that I recommend everyone watch. The Gambler and Other Stories by Fyodor Dostoevsky, one of my favorite authors in 7th grade. Too early to read Dostoevsky, by the way. Don't make your teenage depressed. Do not read him. Read him in 20s. Then I got randomly the Vishnu Puran because I wanted to read. I want to read more like straight up religious texts. Quickly, I got Beloved by Toni Morrison. The Social Life of Indian Trains, A Journey by Amitva Kumar. This was incredible. This is basically describing train as a social structure and phenomena within India and how it functions and the different types of people that you encounter, and you like train as a lived experience and almost like a living beast accommodating others. I cannot describe it. It is incredible. I read it in one sitting. It's not that long. It is a personal memoir account, so I recommend this. I just picked it up randomly because I like trains and this was worth it. It was very good. 30% off. The Greatest Goan Stories Ever Told. I want to read more Indian literature, so I thought a short story collection would be a nice place to start. Then online, I got for very cheap a whole collection of Premchand books. Now, my Hindi reading is shit. Like, I have a 5th grader level Hindi reading, so I really want to change that because it's embarrassing. And I have started doing that with Nirmala first. Incredible. I know that like no one is surprised that Premchand is good, but he is writing the thoughts and feelings of like a 15-year-old girl being married off to a significantly older guy. Like, this is a Bihari man in his era and he's writing it incredibly. Like, the inner turmoil, incredible. So far it's incredible. I haven't finished it, but it is so good. Only 2 books left. This is from Street Shopping. I got The Vegetarian by Han Kang. I think that's how you pronounce it. This was the winner of 2024 Nobel Prize for Literature. I don't know if this was this book. I think this book was the one that won, but I have other books. I don't have Human Acts. I think I have Greek Lessons. I think this might be pirated now that I'm actually looking at it. My bad. So this is about a Korean woman who turns vegetarian. Yeah, it's a psychological drama of rebellion and fantasy. So I am looking forward to read. I have started. Like, I start most of my books, even if I don't finish them. And then lastly, this is something my mom got me. This is Mrs. Funnybones Returns. I am not the demographic exactly for Twinkle Khanna's book, but I do think that she is a witty author. So I do like the way she writes. So that's why I got it.